Alright, so hopefully we're not interrupted this time around. This video is going to explain how to actually create a Tinderbox document, and that document can be your contract or just any sort of information you can want to send somebody in order to pique interest to then send them a contract in the future. Alright, so let's go ahead and enter into another screen share, and I'll be able to walk through with you. Alright, so here we are. This is the screen that you'll be logging into. To send the contract, you're going to be dealing in opportunities. We've already covered working with the accounts, the leads, alright, but here we're going to be in contacts, or excuse me, opportunities, of course. All right, so I already have one set up here, and you see the same logo, the coin logo. All right, so we're going to be working with Godly Thomas. Here's all the different fields you're going to want filled out. All right, everything from the contact information to actual information about the event, and then also payment information here, and then when you'd like their deposits due by. I usually make the deposit date the same date as the close date, just as a heads up. But for this one, this was just an arbitrary date because this one was left blank originally. So we'll go ahead here and save any changes before you start. And then also just a reminder, you also have these little drop downs if it's for photo or video, for photo booth, and then also the different payments, all right, that they're going to be able to make, all right, and that'll correspond with the exact contract that you're going to be offering him, all right. But you see here the services contracted, all right, were for DJ, and then also in order to record what it actually includes, you'll go here to the service description. All right, the service description. I'll just expound a little bit on what the service entails. All right, so we'll go ahead and click New Tinderbox Proposal. All right, so what we're going to do is here first you're going to just name it. Obviously, you can definitely leave it whoever the person's name is. All right, the total value of the proposal, that's going to correspond with this here, whatever the total fee is. This helps us keep track of our revenue totals. So we see it's $12.50, and that's what that'll be. You also have the categories. If it's photo, video, referral, you can definitely put it here. Looks like the DJ section over here, we just usually do it by whoever sent it out. Okay, but for now, I'll just put no category. And then here you can have an additional little code for people to log into, but usually just having them log in with their first and last name is plenty enough. So I'll disable that. Usually I disable the cover page as well. I find that unnecessary, but you definitely want to have these checked for them to actually go ahead and accept the document if you're sending out a contract. Also, you want to give them the option to download a PDF version so that they can go ahead and print it or share the paper version with someone else. All right. Lastly, you can also put a couple notes here, but this is the most important, and this is what allows it to be so much easier. Okay, you can go ahead and build from a template. Here we have different templates that we can arrange, all right, that'll have different pieces of Tinderbox content already put together to make the whole sending information and a lot easier. So we have one here called All Contracts. Okay. Yep, and we have just like 2 pages of those. And actually, I'm going to go to all users templates. So I think Andrew created the most recent one. So I'll go ahead and select all contracts. All right. I'll walk through that really slowly, but obviously it's going to take you guys a lot less time to do that. So remember, we're just going to be sending him out a DJ contract. So we can delete all these few pages here that we don't need. Alright, so we're just going to be left with the DJ contract and then a form to collect their billing information. Alright, so these here are sections. Alright, so I'll just create a test section here. And then inside of this section, or headers, you can go ahead and create pieces of content. Alright, so this is like a simple word processor where you'll be able to type out whatever you want, and then you can save it in a new name. And after doing anything, you always want to save. All right, definitely want to save that. So I'll move that up there. Let's go ahead over to the DJ contract. In here, you're usually going to see the code. Sometimes it'll fill in the information, but you can definitely trust that it's going to be the same information that you put here, because that's the only place for it to drag it from, right? All right, so there's three things I like to always change in here. It only takes me just a couple brief moments. I'm going to put in my own ID number. Some people put their initials. I just have a little number I use here. I'm going to be putting today's date, like entering this manually. All right, and really that's it. Sometimes you may have to change how much for overtime. That's left highlighted, but I think that probably should be left just kind of static. We always do 75. All right, and then also you want to make sure whatever discount was applied. All right, so here we'll put a $200 discount. How about that? All right, so we're going to go ahead and save our changes, and I'll name this actually Godly's DJ contract. All right, so we're going to go ahead and preview it. That's this little I button there to preview and look at and see exactly what the client will see as soon as that they log in. All right, so we're currently in this, and we can see what it even looks like on different formats. This is what if somebody pulled it open on an iPad, it would look like. If they pulled it up on their Google phone, you know, you'll see something like this. All right, so it kind of looks like an application, but let's go back over here and check it out like we would on any screen. All right, so here you're going to obviously have your fully customized contract with all the information that you put into Salesforce, guys. It's going to have the same information here, the deposit date, and that's pretty much it. You see how simple that is? All right, so now we're done. Probably don't need this test one there, so I'll go ahead and delete that, and we're ready to publish. Remember, it's always good to check your work here in the preview, because like I said, this is exactly what the client will be seeing. So you'll be finished with that. You'll have a URL. Go ahead and copy that URL, and then we can go back over to the client record. All right, and we can send him an email with that link attached in. All right, so you're gonna have to, you want to drop that there. Also bring over their email address, drop it in the additional to section. Definitely want to make a subject, and I'll even test this all the way through, so I'll put in my own email address. All right, so we'll have that there, and we can go ahead and click send. So if I were to go over to my email address, we'll see right in here, this is the email that was just sent, and my email signature is already put in there. So guys, that's simply how to go ahead and create and send out one of your Tinderbox documents. If you have any further questions, feel free to comment below or contact me directly.